Hi, I'm Terry Bailey with Selling Utah Real Estate. In real estate, the structure of a deal can make or break a good deal. And in this new emerging market, a creativity of a deal is going to make all the difference for buyers and sellers. As interest rates continue to go up, house prices will probably continue to go down. And although I don't think we're going to see any sort of crazy crash, I think we will continue to see the market soften up. A win-win option for buyers and sellers is creative financing. For buyers, the benefits of creative financing is you're able to buy the property typically with less down payment, sometimes with lower interest rates, or sometimes a better price. And the same thing applies to the seller. With seller financing, maybe you're able to get a little bit more for your property than you would if you sold it conventionally. Or maybe you're able to have a higher return by setting it up as a seller financing and arbitraging interest rates. It all depends on what people want to do. But for example, we have Kevin, the seller, who has a $500,000 property that's a rental and they're wanting to sell it. Now, they only bought it about a year ago, so they don't have very much equity. But what they do have is an awesome interest rate. So what they can do is take and sell this property to somebody else, get top dollar for it, and make an arbitrage on the interest rate. And the way they can do this is the buyer is able to pay top dollar for it because they can structure their loan or they can structure their monthly payments with the seller in a way that's more favorable to them. And especially if you structure it as an interest-only loan, the seller is still having the buyer pay down their principal, so they're able to make money on the back end there, and they're able to make money on the interest that's being paid there. The seller is now also the bank. So if the buyer ceases to make their monthly payments, the seller can come in and take the property back and keep the down payment and keep whatever other payments have been made on the property already. And there's a million ways that this can be set up. That's the beauty of it. When you're working with a bank, they have typical structures and that's what you have to work with. So if I'm a seller and I'm more concerned about taxes on capital gains, but I'm not as concerned on active income, maybe I have a higher interest rate, but a lower purchase price. That way I'm paying less on capital gains, but I'm making more cash flow. I really do think creative financing is the future of the next 2 to 3 years of real estate. And if structured right, it can be a very good win-win for buyer and seller. But what are your thoughts on creative financing and how are you planning on implementing it over the next few years?